Hi, welcome to the Tiny Chapel. We're going to do a 5-minute sermon today on the 10th Commandment, which basically is thou shalt not covet. Now I'm going to read the version of the 10th Commandment that appears in Exodus 20:17. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or male or female slave, or ox, or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. This also appears in Deuteronomy 5:21 in basically the same form. And we can see it's also in Proverbs 21:26 in this form. All day long the wicked covet, but the righteous give and do not hold back. Now we have another gentleman, and he's gonna read it to us. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Right. That would be St. Paul, and St. Paul has it like this. I'll read from Romans 13:9. The commandments: you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this word: love your neighbor as yourself. Thanks, Paul. Bye. Now, here's what I want to call to your attention about this. First is, coveting is not the same as just wanting. All right? So if I say, I want new snow tires for my Jeep, or I want to eat Thai food tonight, right? That's not sinful or wrong or anything other than natural and human. We want things, and this motivates us to go get them, and no problem there. Nor is it the same as envy. Now, if my neighbor had snow tires and I envied them, right, that I have a bad feeling in a sense toward my neighbor because he has the snow tires and I don't. Well, that's not good. That's sinful, and that's a mistake. But with coveting, I want to, over against Paul, submit that it is not the same as loving your neighbor. The sin of coveting derives, I think, from not trusting in God. All right? That you want something you don't have that your neighbor has suggests that you think that God has shortchanged you in the scheme of things and has given your neighbor perhaps something he doesn't deserve. And this is wrong. This is a mistake. So if you want to know how not to covet, the key to that, I would say, is to believe at every moment that God is providing you with exactly what you need at that moment to get along. And if there are things lacking that you want, well, look inside yourself about that, you see. That the sin of coveting is basically a lack of trust in God. Now, I have coveted things, yes, and I see something that my neighbor has. And my neighbor got a big box of steaks from Omaha Steaks, and I wished I had them, right? But it is probably for the best that my neighbor has them and that I don't. Let me put it that way. And I now believe really that all that I have is of God, and all that I don't have is of God also. So that's the key to it, I would say. So remember, folks, you shall not covet. Let's see if we can get on that. Thanks for joining me in the 5-minute sermon, and I've actually hit it to just 5 minutes. So let's say goodbye to Paul. Where are you, Paul? Oh, okay. There's Paul. Bye-bye, Paul. Bye-bye, friends. God bless you.